Hello and welcome to Peter Scott Cars. Today we have this 21 plate, very low mileage Nissan Micra. Just starting with the front of the vehicle, get as close as I can so you can see there's no stone chips of any note. That is the case all the way along the front of the vehicle. Front of the car, everything you would expect with the very low mileage, really couldn't be any better. As I get very close to the edge of the bonnet, front of the bumper, the only thing I can notice, couple of absolute minute stone chips. Just put my fingernail next to them just so you can see how insignificant they are. As I said, front of the car could not be any better. I'll get a close up to all the bumper corners as we go around the vehicle as well to show you they are free from any scuffs or marks. There's no marks or scuffs to the centre of the bumper, lower down either. Can also be quite common. Again, bumper corner completely free from any marks or scuffs. As I take a step back and look down the entire driver's side of the vehicle, can't see any parking dents. Car's got a full set of premium branded Bridgestone tyres fitted, always a sign of a very well maintained vehicle. Can't see anything negative to point out on the driver's front wing. While I'm low down, just point out there's certainly no marks or damage to the driver's sill. Easy to go over a high curb, mark or damage the sill. Absolutely not the case with this Nissan Micra. Go for the mirror covers, free from any scuffs or marks. Moving on to the driver's door, I'm struggling to see anything detrimental to point out at all. Get a close up underneath the driver's door handle to highlight there's no marks or scratches. Can be very common, particularly on the driver's door. All the driver's door is really nice as well, can't spot any chips. Moving on to the rear door, exactly the same as the driver's. I really am struggling to see anything to mention at all. Again, no marks underneath the handle, no chips to the door edge. Onto this rear panel, exactly the same. There isn't anything to mention. Just take you into the vehicle from the driver's side. Inside the car couldn't be any better. Everything you would expect with the very low mileage. Firstly, I'll just get a close up to the driver's step. Sometimes people drag their feet getting into a vehicle, mark the paintwork on the step. Absolutely not the case with this Nissan Micra. As you'd expect with the very low mileage, there's really no sign of any wear to point out to any of the seats. Just get a close up to the wing and edge of the driver's seat to highlight that. Base of the seat, no wear at all. Just point out that is just a shadow from the steering wheel. Through the camera it looks like the base of the seat's a little bit marked. I can assure you it is just the lighting. Again, as you'd expect with the very low mileage, no sign of any wear to the steering wheel. Car's had the genuine Nissan overmats fitted from new, so there's absolutely no sign of any wear to the carpets or footwells. Get a close up to the driver's footwell to highlight that. Could not be any better inside. Will add as well, there's no unwanted odours of the vehicle, no smells of smoke or pets. Seats in the rear really do look like they've hardly ever been sat in. There's no kick marks or scuffs to the rear of the front seats, can also be common. Get a close up to the carpets once again. Carpet in the rear exactly the same as the front ones, free from any wear at all. There's no chips to the step. Easy to catch the seatbelt in the step and mark the paintwork slightly, but again, not the case on this Nissan Micra. Round to the rear of the vehicle. As I've already said, all bumper corners free from any scuffs or marks. Can't see any marks to the centre of the bumper either. Easy to park a little bit too close to someone or something and mark the centre of the bumper, but again, not the case with this Nissan Micra. Just get very low down so you can see there's no scuffs to the underside either. Again, easy to go over a high curb, mark or scuff the underside, but absolutely not the case on this Nissan Micra. Onto the tailgate of the car, again, I can't see anything to mention. Inside the luggage compartment, exactly the same as the rest of the interior, couldn't be any better. Of course, the parcel shelf is present. Just get a close up to the interior plastics just to show you they are free from any scuffs. No scratches to the top of the bumper either. Sometimes people carelessly load in items, end up scuffing the plastics, marking the top of the bumper. As you can see, absolutely not the case with this cherished Micra. Car's had the genuine Micra boot liner fitted from new, just gives an indication of the level of care afforded to this car. Carpet, of course, perfect underneath that genuine boot liner. No scuffs to the plastics on the upper tailgate. Bumper corner again, free from any scuffs or marks. Looking down the passenger side of the vehicle, exactly the same as the driver's. Can't see a single parking dent. Onto this rear panel, certainly no scratches or parking dents to mention. I'm struggling to see even the most minor of stone chips, I really am. Just get a close up to the door edge, all really nice again, no marks underneath the handle. Rest of the door, there isn't anything to mention. Do want to take you into the vehicle from both sides, just so I can show you all the steps, edge of the seats. As I've already said, seats in the rear really do look like they've hardly ever been sat in. No kick marks or scuffs to the rear of the passenger seat. If there's going to be any chips to the door edges, usually on the front doors, but get a close up to the passenger door edge to show you the same as the driver's. Struggling to see any at all. Again, no problems underneath the handle. Rest of the door, there isn't anything to mention. I've already said both mirror covers free from any scuffs. Onto the passenger front wing. Again, nothing to point out. It really is a cherished example. Going around the entire vehicle, inside and out, everything you would expect with the very low mileage. Going around the entire car, struggling to see anything negative to point out at all. Into the vehicle from the passenger side, passenger seat, same as all the other seats I've already shown you. Really no sign of anywhere to point out. Carpet exactly the same, been protected by those genuine mats. Just get close up to the passenger step again, all the paintwork on the step free from any scuffs. Just lean across and show you the driver's seat from the passenger angle. You see plenty of cars where you look in from the driver's side, seat looks fine, then when you look across on the passenger angle, driver's seat looks really worn and out of shape. Absolutely not the case with this Micra. Couldn't be better from either angle. And I say that about the entire car, inside and out, really could not be any better. Everything you would expect with the very low mileage. And I'll just reiterate how minor those stone chips are to the front of the vehicle. Have to be incredibly close to even notice at all. As I said, the car could not be any better. It is worth noting we have all of our vehicles independently inspected by the AA. That is a 128-point inspection, which includes a 5-mile road test by an AA engineer, just to make sure the vehicle is correct on the road. As you can see from the yellow window sticker, this Nissan Micra has already passed that inspection. So you can view the full 128-point AA inspection report on our website at peterscottcars.co.uk. We also have finance calculators on our website, so if you are interested in any additional funding to purchase this Nissan Micra, you can pop to our website, model a finance quote, and apply for finance directly through our site. We have free finance eligibility checkers on our website, so if you're unsure whether you'll be approved on finance or at what rate, you can pop to our website, do an eligibility checker. Doesn't leave a footprint on your credit profile, so it doesn't affect your credit in any way at all, and tells you straight away whether you'll be approved or not. We guarantee the lowest rates of finance coming direct to ourselves, so if you are thinking of financing the car for an outside finance company or finance broker, please get in touch with ourselves first for the guaranteed lowest rate of finance. Previously, like I said, no problems with the driver's door card. Sometimes people rest their arm on that section, gets a little bit worn, but again, as you'd expect with a very low mileage, not the case on this Micra. As I was saying, we guarantee the lowest rate of finance coming direct to ourselves. Very, very competitive finance for all profiles. So if you're prime finance, we have very, very low rates with all our prime lenders. If you've had a few issues in the past, your credit profile isn't the best, again, we guarantee the lowest rate of finance coming direct to ourselves, depending on their criteria. So lowest rate for all criteria. Just been around the vehicle one final time there, just to make sure I haven't missed anything. And I must say, an absolutely cherished example struggling to see anything negative to point out at all. Hopefully you found the video helpful. If you need any further information about the car, you'd like to arrange a viewing, test drive, need a part exchange valuation, or as I've already said, assistance with finance or a finance quote, anything at all, always happy to help. Thanks for watching the video. Hopefully you found it helpful.